how did the first day back go? Basically, just how important are these just to get everybody back going after the break and some time off?
Yeah, it's an important day. Tomorrow's obviously another important day. We had a good day. We worked on a lot of things that we need to work on both sides of the ball. So it'll all keep coming very quickly, and 29 games will go by fast.
Obviously, Myles is back out there. How's he coming along? Was the break enough for him to get back to form?
Yeah, he's fine.
So he should be good to go for Thursday.
Well, I didn't hear anything from the trainers prior to practice, and I asked, and they said he's been fine since Saturday.
How have you seen just Jahlil come around? I mean, obviously, I think this is his first practice with these guys. What do you like from what you see from him so far?
He's a great guy. He's highly skilled. He's had a very productive year with Matt Ince, and gives us insurance at the 5 position. So, yeah, I'm really happy for him. It's been quite a road getting back to the NBA and then back in an actual NBA game. Some of the things he's gone through health-wise. He's got a great spirit. He's got a great vibe. And he's a super grateful young man.
How does he come through? You mentioned the injuries. I mean, how is the Achilles was the most recent. How's he come through with that? Basically, you're still seeing signs of recovery there. It seemed like early in the season when I watched him, there was still.
I didn't even know about it until last Wednesday.
Really? Okay.
So, that tells you how much I've noticed it. But these guys are making great recoveries from all these different injuries. The technology, the medical attention to detail, all the breakthroughs in the last 10, 15 years is just, it's amazing the way these guys have come back. I had 2 guys in Dallas that came back, made full recoveries from Achilles tears. James Wiseman will do great, and so will Isaiah, and obviously Jahlil's done well too.
Last one for me, I know obviously I wasn't there when you made this change, moving Ben back to the bench and Aaron in the starting.
Where were you?
It was my wife's birthday. So,
All right.
Gotta have high priorities in that one, man. It's important. But I wanted to ask you about just we've talked a lot about just making Ben fit in that starting role, just making Ben fit with those starting guys. All you want him to do as far as his offensive approach, making quick decisions. Does it impact at all?
It doesn't matter.
How does that fit in this project?
Let me interrupt you. It doesn't matter who starts.
Right.
What matters is that we're doing what is best for the team. And we have great guys. We communicate very carefully with them about these decisions. This is look, Ben's taken this opportunity and run with it. His numbers have been great individually, and we were able to pull out a miracle win in large part because of what he did off the bench in Washington. So, look, we just, I don't like a lot of upheaval. I don't like lineup changes, all that kind of stuff. But when something like this comes along and there's so much evidence that it's the right thing, for so many reasons analytically, and probably with the eye test too, you've got to take note.
What's important for him to keep in mind? And again, you've talked a lot about just making sure that he was trying to be quick with his decisions. He was trying to. Do you still want him to follow a lot of the same things that you were coaching him? Is that? I guess how does this fit in his development?
This isn't all about Aaron.
It's not, of course not. But
it's about Aaron too. And mostly it's about the team.
Rick, what's 1 or 2 things?
Okay, I got you. All right.
I mean, that's really the important thing here.
Good.
1 or 2 things you need to see out of your guys in these first couple games back to feel like you're properly back after the break.
Well, playing Memphis as the first game back is, you're getting thrown into the deep end in terms of physical, competitive, high level. They're number 2 in the West. They've had a great year. And they play a style that's a very difficult style to defend. They play fast, they play physical, and they've got star players. They've got Jackson, who's an all-star, and Morant really is an all-star too.
in your experience, is there a gauge at how quickly you can feel a team returning from the All-Star break and you feel like you got something? I know it's different every season, but does it take a couple games, couple weeks, maybe into March or April? You hope it doesn't.
Well, you don't always know for sure how it's going to go, but generally the first half of the first game league-wide can be kind of a little clunky, with guys getting their legs back under them and stuff like that. But it all smooths out very quickly, and so I'm not concerned about it at all. That's why we have these 2 days, and the important thing for us is that we do a lot of things where we feel the ball and are getting a conditioning element, and so hopefully that when we jump back in on Thursday that we can do it pretty seamlessly.
What did you notice about Pascal in the All-Star game and just how he was able to do? Obviously, different format, all that stuff, but just your observations of it.
I thought he was terrific. I thought it was great that he was there. That's the most important thing, and so we're very happy for him. It's a long way going out to San Francisco and all that kind of stuff, but it looked like a great event. And I've been a part of a couple All-Star games, and it's very special to be there.
Just talking to Rick, how quickly can you feel when you get that first couple games back? How quickly do you know if you're back? It feels like it.
Yeah, I mean, every first practice after All-Star break is typically just a lot of running. It's you're playing, you're doing a bunch of different things, but it's not necessarily a ton of rhyme or reason, just other than to run. And tomorrow we'll focus on more Memphis stuff and go over more detailed stuff, but just want to make sure everybody can run out the break a little bit and be ready to go for Thursday.
29 games left. How do you kind of compartmentalize that? I know it's a whole one at a time thing, but it happens fast.
Yeah, a lot of home games, so that's an exciting part about the second half of the year. Obviously, we love playing at home, and we're playing to get a top 4 seed so we can have home court, first round of playoffs. And I think we just got to keep approaching every game the right way. There's obviously been a little bit of a drop off for us this month, ever since we got back from Paris. So we stressed to each other, over the break, if you could just kick your feet up, go get some rest. I feel like as a group we might have been looking a little tired over those last 6 or 7 games. So want to be better, these last 29. Hopefully the break was refreshing for everybody, and to be ready to go come Thursday and the rest of the year.
How refreshing was it for you personally? Can you tell the difference in yourself coming back?
I feel great. That was the first time in a while I've got to just kick my feet up. I got to go to Mexico with my girls, just kick my feet up and rest. And I feel good coming back. Feels good to see everybody, and I'm excited to be back. Excited to get back to the second half of the year.
What's your read on Jahlil so far? What's he been like to play with? Basically, I imagine you saw him with Matt Ants and stuff. What's impressed you about him and how you feel?
Yeah, I'm really excited to have him here. Obviously a guy who's had to work his ass off to get back to the league. So for him to be back is really exciting, and you can tell that he's really, what's the right word I'm looking for, really enjoying the opportunity, taking advantage of the opportunity, getting extra work in, constant communication with me and other guys. It's just exciting to have him here. He fits right in with our group, and obviously TJ haven't been with him in Philly, LP haven't been with him in Philly, and then him, be with our Mad Ants, we're always around him. So, it's an exciting time for him to be here. Just really, really cool to be a part of, and I'm excited to be here along with him.
What kind of personality fits in with this group? You said everybody fits in. What makes a guy fit in with a group like this? Can you quantify that?
I don't know if you can quantify necessarily. I just feel like we have a group that's been together for a good amount of time, in the sense of where we really understand each other, understand team dynamics. Who are the guys who don't shut up? Who are the guys who don't talk? We understand who that all is, and when a new guy comes in, I think when you're a new guy coming into the group, it could be, I won't say intimidating because we're all grown men, but it could just be, it's a little different, right? Being with a group that's been together for so long, knows each other so well, and you're trying to find your place and fit in the right way. Thankfully, we've had some guys who have come in and just feel like a glove, and I feel like a big part of that is just the group of guys we have. We all get along, all younger dudes, all kick it a lot, so that definitely helps with our group, and it's a pretty easy. I feel like we're an easy group to fit in with.
What do you think is the biggest focus with 29 games left to play?
Getting back to just being who we are defensively and offensively, honestly. Like I said, I feel like fatigue may have kicked in over the last like 6 or 7 games before the break. So we got to do a better job of, running, getting up and down on both sides of the ball, and rebounding. We've been awful on the glass since our West Coast trip. So take care of those couple of things, and we can get back to the success we're having in January there. So we just want to keep playing the right way if we can.
Obviously, a lot of the big thing that you guys have done well defensively was that full court pressure. Do you think that in any way led to the fatigue? I mean, I guess how important is it that you show that you guys can keep up and do that for 20 games?
Well, yeah, I mean, we have the depth to do it, and we're capable of doing it. I don't want to say. I mean, there's many different things that can lead to fatigue. You're playing 82 games, play a lot of minutes, travel, all those things. There's a lot of different things that can contribute. I think that, we went straight from Paris to the West Coast trip. That's not, ideal, not normal. But I feel like that played a part in it. But, I mean, we got a wonderful opportunity to go out there and play in Paris. And so I'm thankful for the opportunity. But it might have led to some fatigue for us as a group. So, now that we get to be home a little bit more, a lot of our road trips for the rest of the year are only, one-game trips or only a couple days or whatever. So, it's always nice to be in your own bed. It's always nice to, be around family and stuff. So excited to be home for the rest of the year, or for the majority of the rest of the year. And hopefully we can, take advantage of it, because we've proven to be a good team that can, play well on the road. We played really well on the road through December and January. Now we just got to do what we've done over the last couple of years, which is be a great home team as well.
This is starting. What's it just meant to be back in the league, basically? What was the experience? When did you find out, basically, and how all was this coming about?
I found out the day before the Knicks game, the day before that, and it's just been a surreal feeling. It's been a long journey trying to get back, and something that I'm very appreciative for, and it's something I've been able to celebrate with my family. So we're all very happy about it.
I think we talked at the beginning of the year, maybe we were playing from that end, basically, of how important it was to just be in front of somebody, to basically be around. How important was that piece to it? And how do you feel like you've just brought your game back over the course of this season?
Yeah, I think that's helped me out a lot, just allowing them to see me every day, see the work that I put in, see how I take care of my body. I think that would opted to give me an opportunity.
How far do you think you've come physically? I remember just watching that first game, you could still tell you were still coming back from the injury. How much further along do you think you are, basically? How much progress do you feel like you've made with that?
I feel like I made a lot of progress. I know earlier in the season I was still trying to work myself into game shape. I feel like I've passed that, and I've been able to have some success on the court. And right now I feel amazing.
What has the adjustment been like to being with this group who has been together for a little bit?
It hasn't been too much of an adjustment. I mean, as you know, I haven't really played. So for me, it's really just trying to ingrace myself with the team, be as supportive as I can, and see whatever coach needs from me, I'm willing to do.
How important was just today for you? And obviously, this is the first practice back after the break. It's not going to be the same as the rest of them, but just working with all these guys, play the style of play, play the tempo.
Yeah.
Just what was just today like for you, just getting integrated?
I think today was the most important day for myself, just because when I signed the contract, it was we played the Knicks, and then we had the Wizards the following day, and then after that we had All-Star break. So just to be able to have opportunity to get in front of the coaches, this was the most important day for me.
What was it like? What was the tough parts? What was the easy parts? I mean, like, where did you feel like you were there with it? What took you a while to kind of,
It was a short practice, short and sweet, but very intense. The guys are very supportive of me and helping me if I didn't understand anything, but I felt like I had a good practice.
How do you feel like you fit the way they play?
I feel like I can fit. I talked to Coach. He told me that when I get my opportunity, the things he wants me to do is to rebound and be a big body. Kind of gave me a specific role, which I appreciate, and which I really haven't had an opportunity where I just had a role that Coach told me just focus solely on rebounding. So it's cool, and I'm hoping I get my opportunity.
First and foremost, man, how are you feeling? Basically, what's the last week been like since that taking that shot?
Yeah, it's been tough, man. Just the toughest thing has been watching, I guess, and just want to be out there, want to make a difference, want to make an impact. But I think I knew it was time I needed. I think that there's no perfect time, but the time before All-Star break could have been better for me. So I feel great. I was able to got some sunshine. I was on the beach a little bit down in Florida, so recharged, good to go.
But I guess obviously the way he got you. I mean, what was that like, basically, and just how soon were you sure that it wasn't going to be it?
Yeah, man, I got mad respect for like UFC fighters, boxers, all this. So I think I got hit on the perfect spot, kind of like on my button or whatever you want to call it. And I don't really think I lost consciousness or like that. I just kind of went limp for a second, just like shocked, you know what I mean? But I was able to get up, and You know, all the women in my family were scared. My mom, she sent me a message, the video of me. I didn't even realize I went to go set a screen, like before I even called the timeout. Like I was still like in play mode. So, yeah, no, I took the shot. You know, even when it happened, I wanted to go out there and keep playing, but obviously they couldn't let that happen. So, yeah, I'm cool.
The other question I was going to ask you that didn't have a chance to do before that was obviously the day of the deadline, and that was after you posted your Survivor thing. And what did it mean to get you to get past another deadline? I guess, were you ever worried, or how worried were you, if at all? And just what did you mean to just again get past another one of those, and you're still there?
It's always PTSD, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? I think if anything, me posting that, I was just kind of just joking around, and then the game just got me right back. So staying humble. I won't be doing all that no more. But I'm good, man. I think that it was it was a scary moment, obviously, but just saying I've been hit hard. I'm cool. Yeah.
Get a chance to pause and watch a couple of games then as an observer. What do you see out of this group that you like as you get back from the break now?
Man, just resilient, man. I think that's easy. This group, not even last, maybe 2 years ago, you get down like we have in the past, honestly, 3 out of the last 6 games. So, we kind of separate, not wanting to say quit, we kind of just you don't have that same fight and fire. And every time we've been down, come back on the second half, and they made a huge comebacks. It was Utah, obviously last Washington game, and then there's another game before Clippers. Yeah, those are all huge comebacks. So I think it's good for morale. It's good for the playoffs, and when we start playing that type of basketball.
Could you already see a difference in these guys just after? It seemed like you guys needed a week, basically, and some time off. I mean, could you see a group that looked rejuvenated?
Yeah, I mean, between Paris, between going to the West Coast right after that, and having to back for a break. I mean, guys are obviously a little tired. I think everybody came back, nice little tan, and we're good to go.
How much of a chance you get to work with Jahlil today? And what do you think? How do you think he can help this group? And what's it mean just to see a guy like that that's gone through as much as he has?
I've always liked Jahlil, man. Me and Jahlil go back. We were in the same high school class, same draft class, and he's someone who I think has had a lot of success in his career. I think just seeing him out in NBA action, you see where he can belong, he can fit, make an impact. His game. A lot of people like to compare him to, one of my old teammates, Al Jefferson. But, he's someone who I think is just he's got all the skill in the world. He can pass the ball. He obviously finished down there. And everybody was always on about, being in shape. But, it looks about as physically fit as you can get right now, I think, for the guy his stature. So I think he had a good practice out here. We ran a lot today. He was able to kind of keep up. So, I think it was good.
How do you think he fits with this group? I think one thing that he said was that Rick just told men, you just need to rebound. You just focus on that. Obviously, he's a big dude, so he can do that. I mean, how do you think he fits?
It's just one thing I think. Someone in his position, been here 10 years, it's an ego thing, right?
Yeah.
You come out, you national championship in high school, and a woman player, you have all these people kind of building your head up in a sense. And for someone like him, at this point in his career, he knows, to stay on the floor, he has to do the little things, the little things that, make a big, I guess. And I think he's embraced it, if anything. I think that he's got a lot of experience, man. He's played a lot of places, played on a lot of teams, and it's good to see him back at this level.
29 games left to play. What do you think this group really needs to focus on to lock up home court advantage in the playoffs?
I think for us, it's a multitude of things. Our transition defense has to be better than just me watching from afar or watching the past couple of games from TV. I was just seeing that as obvious thing. Guys are kind of selling our sauce a little bit. Everybody wants to run up down the floor, pick up full court. So we got to be able to match that. I think that our shot making is one thing, but our shot profile has to be a little bit better. I think we got to. It's in a league where everybody's shooting threes. I think we lead the league in points in the paint. You know what I mean? And, we're very capable three-point shooting team, so get more shots up. Honestly, just bunkering down, man. This is just that time of the year. It's a sprint through the All-Star break, and then you're on to the real season. But, again, it's just one game at a time.